A while back, my man Frosty Maw gave me a challenge build. He said, you know what, I got a hard challenge for you. Make a Battle Rager good. Oof. Alright, well, it's taken a while, but here you go, Frosty Maw. We're gonna be a Mountain Dwarf. We're gonna take 14 Strength, 14 Dex. We're gonna take 14 Constitution. Weird stat array so far. 8 Intelligence, 9 Wisdom, and 13 Charisma. We're gonna take +2 to our Strength and +2 to our Con, so we end up with 16 Strength and 16 Constitution. We're gonna start off by going 1 level into Celestial Warlock. We're just a really bad Warlock at this point. We have really low Charisma. I would still probably use the War Axe that the Dwarf has proficiency in, but our armor is just not going to be really good at this level. We're mainly doing it because we want our wisdom saves. So it's an investment into the future because barbarians love good wisdom saves and really need it. So that's why we're doing it. At level 2, we're going to pick up Barbarian 1. At Barbarian 1, we can pick up our rage and we can wear a shield, and now we get our medium armor, which we're going to be medium armor over unarmored defense for this whole build. And so we actually have some AC to work with. We get way better at level 2. Bonus points if you can manage to get your spiked armor already for your medium armor. At level 3, we're picking up Barbarian 2 in order to get danger sense to make our dex saves have advantage, as well as reckless attack, which is honestly Barbarian's best feature. At level 4, you guessed it, we're picking up Barbarian 3. We're going to be Battle Rager. Now, once we get our spiked armor online, we have a bonus action attack that does a d4, strength based, which is nice. An extra attack is nice. Having it built in isn't bad at all. At level 5, we're picking up Sentinel. Sentinel is going to be important because it's our best way of convincing people to attack us. We really want people to attack us with this build. In order to do that, we need some sort of incentive. We don't have a lot of options, but Sentinel is our best option because if we hit them and they're standing right there, they can't go hit our allies, so they might as well just hit us. At level 6, we get our extra attack, Barbarian 5. Level 7, we get Reckless Abandon and an extra rage. Reckless Abandon is actually a really good feature. Every time we do a reckless attack, we get some temporary HP on top of it. Then they hit us, the temporary HP goes away, and next turn we reckless attack and get more temporary HP. And as a barbarian who's raging, temporary HP is great. It makes us a lot more tanky, especially if we can convince people to hit us. That makes the team a lot more tanky, so it's really good. And I think underrated, honestly. At level 8, we're going back to Warlock to pick up Warlock 2. We are going to pick up False Life as one of our invocations, so we can start every fight with temporary HP. And your second invocation is completely up to you. I don't really have one that stands out to me more than any others. I'll just pick one that sounds fun. At level 9, we pick up Warlock 3. We're going to grab Pact of the Chain, and we're going to swap out whatever fun invocation we had for the Gift of the Ever-Living Ones. This means if our familiar is within a certain amount of distance of us, all our healing is maxed if it's targeting us. So instead of rolling a d6, we just heal 6. All the way since level 1, we've had 2 d6s of basically bonus action healing that we can spread out. Best to do out of combat, probably best to do on ourselves because healing goes a longer way on barbarians, but it's also a way to pick up allies in an emergency. So we have a little bit of support to go along with our tankiness. We also get Mirror Image at this level, which is a way we can, set up for combat, and we get Lesser Restoration, which is something we can do outside of combat to kind of help out, or even in an emergency drop rage, use Lesser Restoration if it's a big emergency. At level 10, we're going back into Barbarian. We're going to go into Barbarian 7. We get advantage on our saving throws, and we get bonus movement when we rage. At level 11, we're going into Barbarian 8, and we're going to bump our Constitution. This is going to give us both extra HP and extra temp HP because our temp HP scales off of our Constitution modifier, and it's just going to be a lot of extra tankiness long term because we're getting that temporary HP so often. Level 12 onward, we're going to be taking straight Warlock. Barbarian's really not going to be giving us much more moving on, and Warlock is going to give us a lot. It can give us things like Revivify that can be used outside of combat, more support stuff. Also some fight winning spells like Synaptic Static can be used before raging. So our style of combat is that we're going to be very tanky with a minor in support. We have a lot of ways to gain temporary HP and heal ourselves. So we go into combat with 8 extra HP, which basically becomes 16 as a barbarian. That comes from False Life. Every time we attack, we're getting a certain amount of HP back, in between 3 and 4 for these levels, and you double those, so that's 6 or 8. If we do start getting hurt more and more, we can use our bonus action to heal ourselves and just max out the healing, so we can just keep our health pool coming back over and over again. The more levels we go into Warlock, the more of those dice we get, although we can't use too many at a time, but the more of those dice we get, the more safe we can feel about picking up an ally, as well as healing ourselves. This build also can benefit from setup turns, setting up Mirror Image, setting up Armor of Agathis or Synaptic Static. Those are all spells that work even after we rage, so it can be beneficial depending on the combat, to do a setup. But we can often just use these spells for out-of-combat utility, and speaking of out-of-combat utility, we get a lot more than a normal barbarian does. Pact of the Chain alone goes a long way to just giving us stuff to do outside of combat. It's an excellent scout. This has been my take on making the Battle Rager good. Kind of a unique build. I kind of went into it not expecting to do a Battle Rager build. I just wanted to do a Barbarian Warlock, and then decided that, you know, if we have an excuse to do a Battle Rager build, we need to do it. Frostymont asked me to do it way back when, finally got around to it. So I hope you enjoyed the build. Let me know what your guys' take on the same challenge would be. How would you make the Battle Rager good? Let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, I hope you have yourselves a lovely day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.